Hi, dear ones from St. John's. It's Pastor Frank Espegren, one of your three pastors, and I am greeting you, obviously not from the campus at St. John's, and I'm using Zoom, so if there's a little wiggle or delay, please know this old dog pastor's definitely learning some new tricks, and I'm really glad to be doing that because we need to be in touch with each other. I bring greetings from all of my pastor colleagues, from our vicar, our amazing directors and staff of St. John's, from a council that's answering the call of leadership in a time of great uncertainty in our state, and in our city, and in our country. But it is also a wonderful time to be a follower of Jesus and to put all our trust in Him. And this faith in the triune God and this deep, abiding sense of hope and lasting wonder that we have as the people of God in this time. A few things I just wanted to mention to you as a word for you to understand about how your church, St. John's, and this Church for the Sacramento Committee is conducting ourselves right now. Our campus is currently closed. This is really pursuant to the order of health officials in Sacramento County and the state and our governor. We are really called as Lutheran Christians, when our government is working to protect its people, to abide by how our government is calling us to act, and we see that in this shelter in place, this stay-at-home directive that we need to abide and follow. We actually see that this is going to go on for a while, and understand that although Holy Week and Easter, doing this from home is not how we would want to do it as community, but we can be in community, and our faith can be enlivened in new ways we never thought possible if we are opening our hearts and our minds to what it means to hear the gospel and to follow and to listen carefully to how we are being led into this life. Even though the campus is closed, our life together is very much open and active. We are a phone call away. We are an email away. Our website is receiving a lot of traffic. Our social media opportunities, including Facebook and others, and we have a staff that knows how to get the most out of those ways, those media of communications. We also have a talented worship staff. If you haven't worshipped as we did last Sunday with on the fourth Sunday of Lent, please join us for this coming Sunday. There were many things that helped me to understand that the people of God here at St. John's understand that this is an important time for us. Beautiful worship that you can access online, and ability to chat with pastors. We see, for example, other things happening. One of our members, Ophelia Wallace, with the help of her son, was able to get online, and she's actually capable with computer. I receive email communication from her all the time, but she was able to get all of the Facebook figured out, and was able to worship with us. And so I think that's pretty impressive, and the direction we need to be going. When worship was happening last time, one of our little ones, Kari Bluff's son, heard the organ playing, Dr. Ryan Enright on the organ in his prelude that was recorded, and he pointed at the television as if to say, "That's my church. It's just coming from the TV." And so I think that's another wonderful way we see, that was Soren, we see how we are doing this just from our own homes. Mark Lytell, a member of St. John's, is keeping open a shower that is out of a trailer. It's in our parking lot. It helps our unhoused neighbors to wash their hands and to shower and to really be able to protect themselves against the spread of this coronavirus. And so we thank God for that ministry that's happening in our parking lot. And then I'm just going to rifle through a lot of other things that I know that are happening. This is not meant to be an exclusive list, but it gives you an idea how ministry is happening. When I say at St. John's, I mean through the people of St. John's, and it's alive and well. We have confirmation for our middle school age kids going online under the leadership, Sarah Jessup Streets and Katie Smith's leadership, along with Pastor John in the family ministries area. I know there's efforts also for our high school youth to be able to meet that way in a virtual way online, so that our high school youth group can continue. We are the Luminaria program session that was interrupted by this is going online this week, and so when the pastor's chat is happening at 10:15 this Sunday, the Luminaria class will be meeting, because we know how important that is for a community. There is talk of the various groups, perhaps the now burgeoning and new-ish 2030s group having an online virtual cocktail party in place, and many others are checking in. Our women's circles they're checking in on each other. There's many people praying. There's calls, emails, encouragement. The gospel was preached so effectively and beautifully by our pastor, Amy Kinsley, this last Sunday. We're truly being the church. And even if Holy Week and Easter is going to be disrupted by this stay-at-home directive, I have no doubt that the Holy Spirit is going to use this to increase our faith and enable us to in a more broad way to serve our neighbor out of this deep sense of how loved we are. So I urge you to be the people of God for this time. It suits you, and you will be immensely blessed by listening closely to the gospel and following where Jesus leads you. Please continue to support our ministry at St. John's online at our website. We have a giving link, and that's how the best way, along with mailing checks into the church, the best way to make sure that that the money is coming into St. John's so that ministry can flow out of St. John's. Keep checking in on one another and live God's love in the world by email and call. And these various ways we can be there for our neighbor who, in the midst of this national emergency that's happening and coming, that we can be a bright light of witness that our society, our country needs us to be. And I urge you into that life. Stay, opt into our email communicating, follow us on social media, and find us at our website. But thank you for all you're doing. I want to especially ask you to pray for first responders, for our police, those who are fight fires, but also these are the first responders to every emergency in our society. Pray for our doctors, our nurses, and healthcare professionals. They are going to be the front line of this in this emergency, and they deserve our prayer and our support. We have many of our members that fit into those categories. And I ask you to pray for them, that they may know they are being supported as they're in the midst of very difficult decisions, and that they're not alone. And we've got their back, and we want them to know that we support them. So look for further emails. The email that will invite you to worship this Sunday. We are we're gathering each in our own home, listening to the worship together, and then in a live chat with pastors, or at least one pastor that follows at 10:15 on Facebook. Again, just go to the website, our webpage, and you'll be directed quite easily to be a full participant in that. Again, call us if you need anything. God bless you, and live God's love in the world.